I haven't done too many specific excursions into the Kyrgyz mountains because you can just like look at them from wherever you're at in Karakol, and it's just amazing. Like there it is, there's the view. Yeah, I could hike some other places, but there's just an amazing view right from the city. Kyrgyzstan, man, this mountains in the background are just unreal. Before you even do any excursion or anything like that, just look from the road in the city. I love that view. You know, I really do love being able to travel and build wealth at the same time. And that is something that I don't want to give it up. I don't have infinite confidence in my ability to keep doing it, but I really love that. And there's something perhaps epigenetic that it turns on in me, perhaps from my Viking ancestors. When we used to plundring och handel, when we used to plunder and trade. Travel and build wealth at the same time. I think maybe there's something in my epigenetics and my Viking genes that really sees that as the ideal. Kyrgyzstan, I fucking love you. This is the best flag in the world. That's the best one. I'm sorry to Albania, North Macedonia. I'm sorry to Nepal with the interesting shaped one. This flag, that's the best one. Kyrgyzstan. Yo, this is a nice little area. I'll be leaving Kharkov, Kyrgyzstan pretty soon, so I'm eating a bunch of carbs like I normally would not, and just having a good time, having an ice cream. These cars are here. Kids and their parents will roll around on them. They play like English pop songs, English language pop music, but they also play like Mandarin language pop music too. It's sweet. So these little kids will grow up learning a bunch of different music from these little cars. Shawarma, jalap, another day. It's a spot. Kyrgyzstan. Eldan moon. Here's the. It doesn't look that big on the camera, but this full moon right here, the Aquarius full moon, in the pretty much right on top of the Lionsgate portal in Leo season here. It's huge here in Kyrgyzstan. It's not that great on the camera, I'm sorry, but it's huge. I think it's been interesting to move across so much of the Muslim world in the past 6 months or something like that. Going into Urumqi and Lanzhou as my plan dictates, the call to prayer is not legal to be broadcast out loud outside of mosques in China. But I'm already in a sphere where you don't hear it too much. You do hear it here, but it's very quiet compared to the Arab world where it's very loud. But in the Turkic countries, I really haven't heard it too much. It's not that loud. It's present, but it's not that loud. If you're next to a mosque, you can hear the call to prayer. But otherwise, you don't really hear it. In the Arab countries, it's very loud. In Jordan, it was very loud, of course, in the Holy Land. It's got to be. In Egypt, it's very loud. And in Tunisia, during Ramadan, again, very loud. And it's you'll definitely hear it 5 times a day. The call to prayer, the azan. But in the Turkic countries, they're also very Muslim. But Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, it's more subdued, not as loud. And going into China, they'll also be Muslim Chinese, but I don't think I'll hear the adhan at all unless I'm like right next to a masjid. So just that by itself, the isonoric sovereignty of Adhan played out loud, we will hear different sounds. It's going to be different. Just that is going to make for a very different world. I'm here next to Red Petroleum, just it's a gas station, just taking a walk outside, thinking about it's 3:45 a.m. or it's 4 in the morning. My sleep schedule is kind of weird, like kind of graveyard shift, because I'm at a hostel and I'm kind of like, it's kind of busy sometimes, so I stay up to the wee small hours of the morning to be myself and work, have some privacy and some peace. It is very peaceful, but also I'm thinking about the time is not really measured. The time is certainly measured by the passage of the sun through the sky, but the time is not measured by the call to prayer, because it's not very audible. You do hear it, but it's not very audible. And another thing I've thought about a lot, going through the countries with the very audible call to prayer, I thought about the timekeeping of that. And then, because the call to prayer is tied to the sun and sunrise and sunset. And before that, I was in Bulgaria, where, and it was like a long time ago. It was still this year for me, but earlier in the year. And there was this very loud grandfather clock that would chime every hour 4 times, and I was very conscious of that, and I would listen for that. I hadn't been in a home with a loud grandfather clock in a long time. My own grandfather and grandmother on both sides had one of those in their home. I remember that from when I was a kid, but I hadn't experienced that for many, many years until Bulgaria in Europe. And that was a Christian country in Europe. And then after that, of course, like I said, all of the calls to prayer in Islamic countries or in Muslim majority countries. But now that's kind of gotten quiet. And that timekeeping mechanism, that societal timekeeping mechanism disappeared as my sleep schedule disappeared. It's interesting to think about. And now I don't know what it's going to be like in China. Still Muslim areas, but the call to prayer will not be audibly heard. It'll be even less. But then there'll be some Chinese sounds. What will those be? I don't even know. All right, hey, it's a full moon, witching hour. I'm going to the Dungan Mosque in Karakol. I'm about to leave Karakol in a few hours, but I realized I never went to this interesting masjid. I've walked past this thing a bunch of times, getting food. the Dungans are different from the Kyrgyz, and definitely different from the Russians here, different from the Uyghurs. They're a minority population in Kyrgyz, but there's like 60,000 of them here and 60,000 of them in Kazakh. And you know what? I walk past this thing every day, going and get mega shawarma from the restaurant up there, because I'm really thinking with my stomach recently instead of looking at these things. My apologies. But also, the shawarma place is really good. It's good that I'm leaving Karakol because I am addicted to the mega shawarma at this place. And I need to stop eating because they're huge. They're like an entire day's worth of food. And you eat it in like 10 minutes. And then you keep going. Stop it. I feel like I've been here for a long time now, walking past these, I don't know what to call them, these sort of apartment buildings here. But they really remind me of the Soviet Union because, or like the Soviet Union, ex-Soviet states, and places in the Soviet bloc, like former Yugoslavia, have buildings just like this, like from Macedonia to Kyrgyzstan. That's a long way, but all of that former communist influence really shaped the world, even as it stands today. All right, let's go back to Bishkek.